everybody.
Good morning, USA!
Yo 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 yo.
Good morning, Angela Yee.
Hey, good morning, DJ
Charlamagne the Guy.
Peace to the planet. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Hump day.
Yes, it's Wednesday.
Yes, it is, man. Let me tell you something, man. First of all, I want to drop one of Clue's bombs for the island of Grenada. Okay, that's why I spent my family vacation over the holidays, and I bought back some soursop tea. I had no idea soursop tea was such a sedative. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh
Right,
my God, man! When I tell you I have not slept better than I've been sleeping in the past 6-7 days, I drink a cup of that soursop tea before I go to sleep, and I sleep like a baby. You hear me?
Well, good for you.
Yes,
you
man.
go.
Yes. Just giving y'all a little tidbit out there if you want to sleep better naturally. Go get you some soursop tea.
Well, last night I was out late. I went to go see a screening of Den of Thieves. Now, that's the new movie with Gerard Butler, 50 Cent, O'Shea Jackson Jr., and my goodness,
Pablo Schreiber.
Pablo Schreiber. Oh, my goodness. What a movie it is.
Good flick?
What? If you're into action and you're into drama, that is a movie for you. And I'm not just saying it because I really didn't have high expectations. And the reason I didn't
Why?
is usually, you know what? Usually, and no disrespect to all any rappers of Fifth out there.
Usually 50s movies are trash.
I wasn't gonna say that, but
I
usually-
thought that was your man. You ain't supposed to
Usually-
talk about your man like that. Did you call him first?
I didn't
He
say
didn't
that.
even finish saying
You said
what he
that.
was saying.
I didn't say that. You said that. I said usually when they put a rapper as one of the main characters, the movies are just like, eh.
That's not true, though. That's
Get
not
Rich or
true.
Die Trying
That's
was an
not
excellent
true.
movie.
That's
Get
not
Rich,
true.
but you can name a couple that's
8 Mile
great,
was a great
but then
movie.
you can name a lot that was
Most
trash.
Def, all the movies that he's been in and TV shows.
Yes, but
great.
you could also name a lot that's trash. But that movie is, I don't want to say one of those, but it's one of those type of movies.
What do you mean one of those type
Yeah,
of
we
movies?
don't know what that
mean?
means.
I don't want to give it away without telling you, but like, remember the gunfight in Heat? This might be
You mean
very-
it's action
So it's a lot of
packed?
action in it.
Nah, it's one of those.
What do you
It's a
think?
thriller. It's a, what do you say?
I don't want to say classic, but it's that type of movie.
All right,
I'm telling you.
slow down.
I am telling you.
Give it a chance.
I'm
man.
telling you, I watched it last night and I was surprised. I was really surprised. It's one of those movies.
Well, I'm
I don't
definitely
know,
gonna
you're
check
right.
it out.
I'll tell you behind the scenes, but it's one of those movies you get the chance to see Den of Thieves. Go definitely check it out. It's very surprising. It's a great flick. Gerard Butler killed it. Pablo Schreiber, amazing. O'Shea Jackson Jr., surprisingly amazing.
Why is it
Why? He was
surprising?
so
me?
good in
Do
Straight
you
Outta
must not
Compton.
watch movies.
I
bro.
do.
So why
I
is it
do.
surprising that he was
When
good?
you see it, you'll understand. That's what I can say. I'll tell you guys behind the scenes. But it was one of those movies. I had a great time last night.
So,
No doubt.
okay.
All
All
right.
right.
Well, I was with another young lady who's making great television and great product on screen, Lena Waithe.
Nice.
Yeah, I did a one-on-one conversation with her for 92Y, so we got to sit down and build for like an hour. You know, she's the executive producer and writer of The Shy. She won an Emmy. She's the first black female to win an Emmy for comedy writing for Master of None for the Thanksgiving episode. So very, very sharp young lady. She's visiting the Breakfast Club this week too as well.
Yeah, I love
Dope.
that show, Master of None.
I love The Shy. I've seen both episodes of The Shy thus far. The Shy is cooking up to be something great. If you haven't seen The Shy, watch The Shy.
Okay.
If you don't have Showtime, it's worth buying the Showtime package for.
All right. Well, today Jason Mitchell will be joining us.
Oh man, drop
Speaking
one
of the
of
shy,
the bombs for Jason Mitchell. I like this guy. This guy's special.
No, you love
Shut
this
up.
guy.
Shut up.
You love this guy.
Shut up. Shut up. This is the problem. Why can't a brother say he loves somebody without even
Now I gotta
being
explain
judged?
it. Now I gotta explain it. Now, you know, we were minding our business and the Angela Yee booked Jason Mitchell. So the producer was like, who booked Jason Mitchell? I was like, I think it was Yee. He was like, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you guys. I did. Stop the music. All you see is a text from Charlamagne. I love him.
I love the man's work.
I love
Y'all
him.
but
know
it
what I
wasn't
meant.
even like, okay, I'm looking forward to it.
He was
Yes.
like, I love him.
Why can't you say you
Jumped out
love
the gate.
somebody's art?
You don't even know that man. And you
I don't know him. I love his art.
Oh, that's what you should have said. I
I've
love
seen
his
him in
art. You said I
Mudbound.
love
I've seen him
him.
in Straight Outta Compton. I've seen him on The Shy. He
That's
almost
it.
made me cry twice acting. I love what he does on the screen.
You love him.
What's wrong with saying that? I love him. I love what he does. That's what I meant. Y'all know what I meant.
I didn't know what you meant.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's get the show cracking. Front page news, what we talking about?
Yes, we are going to talk about the richest man, and you guys are going to love just how he became the richest person of all time.
Okay, we'll get into all that when we come back. It's Chris Brown. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Good morning, morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club.
Never has a song about popping pills sounded so sexy, but newsflash, kids, it's not. Okay, nothing sexy about being addicted to prescription drugs.
Nothing at all.
And that name of that song is Pills and Automobiles.
All right, let's get in some front page news. Now, last night, if you're a New York fan, in the Garden, St. John's played Georgetown, which was pretty dope. As Chris Mullin played, he coached against Patrick Ewing, who coached Georgetown. It was a dope game, too. Georgetown did win 66-69. I just thought it was dope to see Patrick Ewing versus Chris Mullin. All my New Yorkers out there. Now, let's also talk about these mudslides that's going on in California. Pretty crazy out there, huh?
Yes, after the fires tore through Southern California, now heavy rains have sent mudslides going down the hillsides in Santa Barbara County. 13 people are dead so far. Now, they do expect that number to go up because they are looking for at least 24 people who are unaccounted for. So that rain hit around 3 a.m. and until 6 a.m. And there were more than 600 phone calls for assistance while that happened.
Yeah, they said because of the fires, a lot of the stuff was dead. And then they said it rained like 4 inches in an hour. And then all of a sudden it just started sliding down, which was definitely
trees,
crazy.
homes, everything. Cars, abandoned surfboards, all of that in the street.
That's sad. We call mudslides diarrhea of the earth. That's what that is.
All right, what else we talking about here?
The richest person of all time right now, who has now eclipsed Bill Gates, the founder of Microsoft, is Jeff Bezos from Amazon. He's worth $105.1 billion.
Well, congratulations to him. I love that picture that they show when he first started Amazon, and he's like in this little small room with just a written sign that says Amazon on it.
Now, most of that net worth comes from the shares that he has of Amazon stock. He owns 78.9 million shares. So when that stock climbed 1.4% yesterday, that means that he got an extra $1.4 billion.
Well, I hope he's happy. Okay, he's probably not a happy individual.
I'm sure he's happy. Don't hate on him. He's probably happy.
This is clear hate, all right? Let's be clear. I'm glad that you recognize that this was hate out of the gate. But I hope he's happy because he's probably not a happy person.
My dumb ass looked at my stocks. I own 50 stocks. I was like, yeah, maybe I got nah.
Yeah, you got $50.
Nah,
what would you do with $105 billion? Does one person really need that money?
You could have.
I would hope that guys like Jeff Bezos, which he probably is, because Warren Buffett is, I would assume that he's one of the biggest philanthropists on the planet. I would hope so.
Yeah,
he is, right?
Too. I would.
He was
actually talking about where he wanted to donate his money, and he was asking for suggestions for other suggestions for his donation.
See the God World LLC is a great place that you can donate. You can donate to Third Eye Awareness, great nonprofit. You should donate to both of those organizations. Jeff Bezos.
Okay.
She changed his name to Jeff Pesos. What if he was Mexican? Woo! That'd be the hell of a nickname.
My goodness.
Jeff Pesos.
And that's front page news. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you're upset, you need to vent, hit us up right now. Maybe you had a bad night, a horrible night, or maybe you feel blessed. You want to spread some positivity. 800-585-1051. Hit us up right now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Hello, who's this?
Yo, this is E. What's up?
What's up? Get it off your chest.
Yo, I want to get this off my chest. First of all, DJ Envy, the best DJ on the planet.
Okay.
Number two.
Whoa. I cannot let you tell alternative facts on this radio.
No, I agree. Go ahead. Keep
all the men got to stop hating on Mace. Mace is the top 5 bad boy rapper of all time. Of all time. And that's all I'm going to say.
You can squeeze in at number 5. That's cool.
I'm with you.
But Mace is the top 5 of bad boy. Y'all have a blessed day. Angela Yee, I love you, baby. Bye.
Hi.
Right. Mace can be number 5. What's wrong with being number 5 on Bad Boy? That's a great lineup to be in.
I think he's top 5 on Bad Boy. Hello, who's this?
Hey, it's JR calling from Virginia.
Hey, what's up, bro? Get it off your chest.
Hey, I'm blessed today, guys. I called back in August. I'm president of a nonprofit based out in Greensville, North Carolina called Future. Back in August when I called, we were doing our first school job. But now in 2018, we are now getting into one of the elementary schools where we are trying to touch some of these kids.
Whoa. What?
He didn't mean touch some.
Nah, what the hell did you just say?
He said touch some of the kids. You didn't mean it like that.
You said touch on these kids.
Yeah.
You gotta word this differently, sir.
I agree. My apologies.
Jesus Christ.
What we're trying to do is change the attitude of these kids and the mindset of these young kids to try to do better and try to get them to go ahead and start playing in long-term wise instead of waiting till the last minute, i.e. being 18, 17, not having a plan and then getting lost out here in the world with no guidance.
Very true. So how old are these kids?
Elementary school right now. We're trying to figure out which classes we want to do because we obviously can't do all the classes. So we're trying to come up with maybe every other month every 3 months. Whichever class has perfect attendance or the better grades, or maybe even teachers that can't afford supplies for that classroom, maybe that month we can go get out supplies and get those to them the students.
Okay, so tell me what you want. What you trying to do? What are you telling us this for?
I'm just saying, I'm just blessed. I'm just blessed that we're taking off this year.
You're blessed to give these blessings.
Well, they don't have give out an email or something where people can give donations or something.
Oh yeah, I'm working on getting my website up now. We just started back in June, July, and it's already taken off.
Okay.
But if you want information, you can email me at martiney.wilson@gmail.com. And I can provide you any information. If anybody's out there doing stuff in their own home city and they're doing different things, please let me know so I can try to incorporate in my own city.
All right, my brother.
Thanks, brother.
That's a very worthy cause because you can never plant those seeds in kids too early. Because my daughter is 9 and she already knows she want to be a dentist and she want to go to Harvard.
That's dope.
I don't know where she got those dreams from, but hey, I'm gonna fertilize them.
All right, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you're upset, you need to vent. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Hey, good morning. Who's this?
This is Kim again.
Hey, mama, get it off your chest.
Well, I called really to apologize to Charlamagne for going off on him yesterday.
You went off on me, bro?
But
Yeah, remember she went off when you crazy.
I don't remember.
You said she had a mustache.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
He said
You said you had a mustache too.
I said that you need to shave. I said, I know you need a little extra fur because it's cold out, but you should shave.
Sure did.
Your body.
I mean, I wouldn't. That's not a mustache. He was talking about something gross, but whatever. Anyway, so yeah, Charlamagne, I apologize to you because I didn't mean to go off on you like that. But that mouth of yours is getting way sometimes.
Well, I accept your apology.
But it's okay.
Yes, thank you.
Right.
I'm glad you do. Did your Andy? Don't hang up.
I didn't hang up.
I'm not done.
It's about
Oh, because you'll hang up. You be hanging up on folks. But that's okay. Anyway, because Charlamagne, because I started listening to this club because of you, and I still like the BK Club. I'm going to continue to support it. So, and by the way, I am from Detroit.
Stop calling us the goddamn BK Club. Now, this is where we got off on the wrong foot yesterday. We're not the Burger King Club. We're not the Brooklyn Club. We're the Breakfast Club, BC.
No, listen, it's not. Charlamagne doesn't know. It's the BK.
Oh my goodness, mama.
On the front.
In my opinion, listen, don't hang there. That's fine. That's what I want to say. That's what I want to name y'all.
It's not the BK.
There's nothing flame broiled about us.
Okay, wait. DJ Envy.
Yes.
This is between me and Charlamagne, and I don't want to go there with you. Let me talk to Charlamagne. It's the BK Club. That's what I want to call it. That's what I'm going to call it, okay?
You know why you call it the BK Club? Because you're used to having things your way, all right? But you're not going to have things your way here. This is the BC. And if you look on the front of the Source magazine, I'm wearing a chain that says BC, not BK. BC for Breakfast Club.
Okay, listen, Charlamagne, there you go.
Oh, my goodness.
I want to call it the BK Club. DJ Envy, you stop. Because you agree with me, too, yesterday. Now all of a sudden you want to agree with Charlamagne? You need to get
How it happens.
I agree with you yesterday. You know what, mama? We appreciate you calling. You have a blessed
He's about
day.
to hang up on you.
No, I'm not. I'm going to. Bye. Goodness gracious. Hello, who's this?
This is Chris from Texas.
Chris, get it off your chest.
Oh, what's up, brother? Man, I'm not mad this morning. I'm blessed, I lost my mom last year, but I just had a new baby. And, man, my world is turning all the way around, man. This kid is blessing me so much that I can't even fathom, life.
Well, you always got to remember that death is not the opposite of life; it's a part of it. So your mom died, and then life kept going, and now you got a newborn in the crib.
How old's the baby?
The baby's 2 months old, and he's keeping me up. I haven't been asleep since yesterday.
I just give you some advice. Put that baby in swimming as soon as you can, because those babies learn how to swim so early. My little 1-year-old is swimming like Michael Phelps.
Oh, man, I sure will.
All right, man.
I appreciate you guys. Keep me going.
All right, bro.
That was the most random advice you could give somebody. But my daughter's 2, and she's in swimming class as well.
You put them in swimming early
I don't know how
as you
to
can.
swim.
See, that's the reason why. You put them in early as you can. So if they're ever
Still
in
don't know how.
pool, ocean, they're good money.
Learning to swim is very important, man. Like I went snorkeling when I was in Grenada because they got the underwater water sculptures. And yeah, man, I had to hold on to that guy like he was my boyfriend.
You don't know how to swim?
Hell no,
Oh,
shorty. You know what I'm saying? I can't float or nothing. And my daughter wanted to get in because she's 9. She can really, really swim.
Right.
But I didn't. I'm like, nope, I don't trust it. The reason I don't trust it,
Because you can't trust yourself.
I can't save you. All right?
My goodness. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1005. I was speaking to Joe Button. I told Joe that's the one thing. I said, teach your kids how to swim early. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. Yo, you guys this year should go to swimming classes. Both of you guys together. Learn how to swim.
I can swim a little bit. I just gotta go harder at it.
Oh my goodness. We got rumors on the way, Yee?
Yes, let's talk about who got a new reality show, a spinoff, no longer on Love and Hip Hop. And another person is saying they are not going to affiliate with H&M after all of the scandal that went down with that photo shoot.
All right, we'll get into all that when we come back. Keep it locked. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Rockstar morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club.
I love that record. I mute Post Malone verses on it, and it sounds amazing.
Oh, my goodness.
I keep the hook, and 21 Savage, great song. Great record.
All right, well, let's get to the rumors. Let's talk more H&M fallout.
Well, G-Eazy is going to be terminating his partnership with H&M. He has a line that's supposed to be coming out in March, and now he's saying over the past months, I was genuinely excited about launching my upcoming line in collaboration with H&M. Unfortunately, after seeing the disturbing image yesterday, my excitement over our global campaign quickly evaporated. I've decided at this time our partnership needs to end. So that's it. No more for G-Eazy with H&M. We told you The Weeknd has already said he's no longer working with H&M, and the fallout continues.
Well, this is what happens when you don't have no diversity on your marketing team. You know what I mean? Like, somebody in that building should have said, you know what, this is not a good idea. This should not be out.
Now, he ended saying, I hope that this situation will serve as the wake-up call that H&M and other companies need to get on track and become racially and culturally aware, as well as more diverse at every level.
That's exactly what it is. It's a bunch of culturally clueless people in the building. That's all it is.
Now, James Franco was on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert yesterday, and I'm not sure if you guys know this, but as of late, several women have come forward and said that James Franco was inappropriate and even accused him of something a little bit further.
Who's James Franco then?
You know, the actor. He's really funny. He's in a bunch of movies. He actually won an award for The Disaster Artist. He made that movie with his brother.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got to tell you who James Franco is. The story's not for you, to be honest with you. You should know who James Franco is.
He's an actor, and he's a pretty funny actor.
He's okay.
He was supposed to be doing an event with the New York Times, and they actually canceled that event. The event was supposed to be today, actually, and that's because of these allegations. Now, Ali Sheedy said that he was inappropriate with her, and he said this on Stephen Colbert.
Okay, first of all, I have no idea what I did to Ali Sheedy. I directed her in a play off Broadway. I had nothing but a great time with her, total respect for her. I have no idea why she was upset. She took the tweet down. I don't know. The things that I heard that were on Twitter are not accurate, but I completely support people coming out and being able to have a voice because they didn't have a voice for so long. So I don't want to, shut them down in any way. It's I think a good thing, and I support it.
The crazy thing is, he may not know what he did to Ali Sheed, but she does, and I'm sure that she'll be revealing it soon since he went on Colbert and said he doesn't know. Not to say that there was anything,
right?
But if there was something, she's gonna let everybody know real soon.
Right, and you saw Pineapple Express, right, Envy? And okay, he was in that also. Now, in addition to that, a couple of other women have had some things to say about James Franco. And actress Violet Paley wrote on Twitter, remember the time you pushed my head down in a car towards your exposed penis, and that other time you told my friend to come to your hotel when she was 17 after you had already been caught doing that to a different 17-year-old. And then yesterday she said that he had called to offer an overdue, annoyed, convenient phone apology. She said, I don't accept, but maybe some other people's lives would be made easier if he donated all of his earnings from the Disaster Artists to a nonprofit group that supports survivors of sexual abuse. Now there's another woman who accused him of exploiting her in a film she made for him. She said, remember a few weeks ago when you told me the full nudity you had me do in 2 of your movies for $100 a day wasn't exploitative because I signed a contract to do it? Time's up on that. I 100% did not feel like I had a choice to say no. So the fallout continues. Now, Corey Feldman wants to fight against sexual abuse. We told you he's trying to raise money to do his own film about sexual abuse in Hollywood and about his own life. Now he wants to collaborate with other people, including Terry Crews, who, as you know, came forward with his own sexual assault allegations. Now, he told E! News, I thought about reaching out to Terry, but I've been pretty overwhelmed with everything I'm doing, but here's an open invitation. Terry, if you're listening, I'm more than happy to join forces with you and work together. I'm willing to work with anybody. Can I just put that out there? Now, Corey Feldman has been very vocal about things that have happened to him and about alleged sexual abuse in Hollywood. And there was also a Lifetime original movie that came out, A Tale of Two Corys. He executive produced that, so now he wants to do even more to help fight for this cause.
Okay.
All right, and Jocelyn Hernandez has her own reality show. Let's switch gears for a second. Jocelyn Takes Miami. So apparently she's going to be working with Carlos King, who was a producer for Real Housewives of Atlanta for a while. And according to Hip Hollywood, it's going to follow her journey as a single mother raising her daughter, Bonnie Bella, in Miami.
Yeah, she just did a crazy photo shoot the other day.
I feel like that's a couple years too late.
Jocelyn?
Yeah, Jocelyn reality show by herself.
What network? Did they say
VH1.
They said VH1?
No. Oh, it is on VH1? No, I didn't say that. No, I just said it's being produced by Carlos King, who used to produce Real Housewives of Atlanta.
I'm pretty sure it's VH1.
You think so?
Yeah, they're not letting her go. They got her in a 360 times 10 deal, I'm sure.
All right.
All right. Well, that's your rumor report. When we come back, Jason Mitchell will be joining us. He played Eazy-E.
There you go.
And Straight Outta Compton. We're going to kick it with him when we come back.
He's in Mudbound. He's played Brandon in The Shy. Phenomenal actor.
And we're going to talk to him. So keep it locked. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. JNV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes, sir.
You might not know who he is without Jerry Curls.
That's not true.
Jason Mitchell. Good morning.
What's happening, man? How you feel?
Jason, what's happening, my brother?
He played Eazy-E and Straight Outta Compton. That's why I said the whole Jerry Curls thing.
Yes,
And he was in Mudbound.
He was in Mudbound as well.
I mean, he's been in a lot of stuff, but Jason Mitchell has almost made me cry twice.
Oh, man, almost.
Almost.
If you cry, it's cool.
I haven't gotten there yet, but I felt it, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, but you did make my homeboy drop a 10.
Yeah?
Yes.
Was it a homeboy or you?
See, he was watching his homeboy. That's how you know I'm going to look away.
It was Wax. You don't know Wax, but we was in L.A.
The big, strong diesel guy out there with the dreads.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
There's a big
We was in L.A.
All right, mission accomplished.
watching the Straight Outta Compton, and it's like when you found out you had AIDS, the whole theater went silent, right? And then you started crying, and all I heard my homeboy say was, "Yikes!" And I was just over his eyes were watering.
That means a tough tone. That means he was playing with some dirt monkeys.
Now, let me read you these text messages that happened between us yesterday, right?
Okay.
Now, first of all, thank you. I never did this before, but it worked out. I did shoot my shot.
Yeah.
On Twitter. I watched The Shy, the first 2 episodes. It was so great, and I tweeted about it.
Yeah.
And then somehow, I guess, I hashtagged it, you retweeted it, and I was like, you should come to the Breakfast Club. I never really do that, but it worked out. So here you are.
Yeah, man, I'm in the building, because I was like, if I could do anything in the world, I got to do Breakfast Club. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you really not popping until you do the Breakfast Club. So I'm like, man, it's too easy.
So these text messages yesterday, right? We were going back and forth about the time, whatever, and Charlamagne says, I love him.
Charlamagne said, I love him.
For no reason.
No reason.
I like your accent. I love his accent.
I love people who speak their mind.
And then when I was a kid, I responded, I'm telling Wifey that you love her.
I didn't reply back. I was like, you ain't so freaking childish. You know what I'm saying?
But it was just, I was like, okay, so 9 a.m. and then he has other press to do or whatever, and Charlamagne just goes, I love him.
I love him. I love him.
No, that's not what happened. You was like, yo, Jason Mitchell wants to come on the show tomorrow. That cool. I said, I love him, yeah.
He said yes. All he said was, I love him.
He's dope.
With a heart emoji.
If you see his acting, you know what I'm talking about.
It's all
He
good.
did this.
I did not do that. Stop it.
Oh, man, it's too funny.
Now, what made you get into acting?
Man, just trying to find new friends. You know what I mean? Because I come from like the real hood, not the rap hood. You know what I mean? And I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. I'm from Holly Grove. Me and Wayne grew up right around the corner from each other.
Okay.
Shout out to Jay Jones. He a young cat working from back there too. And I lost my best friend at 22 years old, and I didn't go to college because Katrina hit, right after the storm or whatever. I was just like kind of scrambling, and just trying to get some money. That's all I could think about was money, And my best friend gets killed, and then I was like, maybe I should just find some new friends. You know what I mean? Maybe I should just start there. Yeah, so I went to like this random acting workshop. It was only like 8 weeks, and it was just passing through New Orleans. And my friend was like, man, you should go. And I'm like, yeah, okay, acting.
That's like
Here
one
we
of
go.
the kids from The Shy.
Right, exactly, same deal. So he asked me like a week later, like, whatever happened to you going to the class, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, I was driving, I ain't had time to write the number down. He just remembered the number off the top of his head. I'm like, man, I'm gonna take this as a sign from God. So I went down there in like a 3-piece suit, and I was terrible, you know what I mean? But the lady was like, it's just something about you, like, like if you stick with this, you might have some juice, So I'm like, all right. So maybe 5 or 6 weeks into it, they had an agent. Shout out to Tasha Smith. She came and checked me out.
Wow,
Yeah, she came and checked me out, and it was on from there.
So what were you doing prior to you getting in acting classes? You say your friend got killed. Were you in the street? Like,
Yeah. I was doing my thing, but you know how it is.
selling drugs, using them, because that is New Orleans. Heroin big out there now. Them boys doing heroin at a young age.
I'm not touching no dog food, man. Never sold it. I don't like that. I don't even like the clientele. But it was a thing for me where I was like, I was just over it. You know what I mean? I caught a couple of charges, and like I said, people was dying, and it was getting a little too serious. You know what I
realize
mean?
in order to change your life, you got to change your lifestyle.
Exactly.
So how did you get Straight Outta Compton? Walk us through that.
Wow. Okay, so at first it started off really like protocol. You know, they sent it to my email, and they was like, this is something you really could get. So I asked the question that everybody else asked, like, this a VH1 movie? It's going to be, you know what I mean? And they was like, nah, Universal doing this. And I'm like, what? Okay,
Who's
say
they
less.
when you say they sent it? It's
Like just the casting company, because they send it through like, you know, your agent or whatever. So by the time it get to me, it just be like sides for the script or whatever, so I can go do my little audition. So I put it on tape, knock it out, and it was crazy because the lady who put me on tape, her name is Megan Lewis. And this lady's like, I don't know if y'all know anything about white folks from Boston.
No.
But
I
she,
mean, really white.
Shout out to Jammin' 94.5.
Whitest of the white.
and very serious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, she would, like, I never booked with her, and I probably ran with her maybe 15 times and just never booked with her. So she was doing this thing with her head, like, saying yes and no at the same time. Right? So I'm like, what's going on? You know, and I was like, was it bad? She was like, no. She double high-fived me, walked me to my car. I'm like, this is not the Megan I remember, you know what I mean? So, you know.
Get off from Jason.
Exactly. Like, Jason is so good. It was so good. She called my agent right after, like, I think he has a chance. It's going to be so good. She was about to cry. I'm like, Lord. So, maybe, and they ain't called me till like a month and a half later. I'm totally forgot about this. I'm like cooking. Because I got a cooking job and like an oyster shucking job, you know, just
really
to stay out the
That's
way.
you.
Yeah.
Okay, because on the side,
Yeah. So I was, you know, trying to stay out the way. And they called me up. They like, yeah, they want you to fly to LA tomorrow. And I'm like, what's he? The way my bank account and my life and my probation and everything set up, you know, I can't just leave. You know what I mean? Like, I need
My probation and
I had things going on in my life, you know. So they was like, say less, you know. So they called me back maybe in like 30 minutes and was like, Gary wants to Skype it with you. Have Gary Gray, the director. So I'm like, all right, cool. So, you know, I hardwire everything. I set it up. I'm like, look, satellite dish on top of the crib. Please don't skip. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, like, I ain't even gonna lie and pretend like I don't know how long it was. It was an hour and 17 minutes.
Wow.
We sat there and Skyped.
The whole movie.
Right, exactly. You know what I mean? We did these same 5 scenes just back to back, just running through them. And what I really remember is like, I did the hospital scenes, right? So I'm like crying. You know, he telling me.
You're a great crier, by the way. We'll get to that.
Thank you. He was like, just breathe. So I'm like, okay. I'm trying to relax, but then the butterflies are like leaving my stomach, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, it's over now, you know? And then I just bust out laughing. And then I can hear a bunch of voices, because all I can see is his face on Skype. And I'm going back and forth like, and I'm like, who else is in this room with you? You know what I mean? I can hear all these voices, and it was like, he good, right? He good. And then I booked it right over Skype, just like that.
Wow,
Yep.
that's amazing.
Had never been to California in my life.
Why were you on probation?
Man,
What happened was,
Come on, tell us the story.
I just got caught up, you know.
What
drug possession.
Drug possession?
Yeah.
What, you a seller?
Yeah.
Okay.
are you on probation now?
I am.
Okay.
I
How long you on?
am. Well, 5 years.
Damn.
Yeah.
For what? Like, what how much did you get caught with?
He's like, damn it.
You know, some things are best untold.
Trying to
Some
move on
stories
with
are
life.
best untold.
Yeah.
You know, we moving forward. Now it's good. You know.
Now, you are a good crier. Did you learn that in acting school? But now that I know you're from New Orleans, that's probably coming from a real place.
Absolutely. It was just, you know, as guys, we just never do cry. We never let it out. You know what I mean? We don't hug each other. We don't do none of that. So
We don't say we love people.
exactly. So
I
like,
love him.
We don't say I love people.
that's funny. No, but I think I think it was just so much that I held in over time, and I never knew it was therapeutic to let it go.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know how you get a whooping and you go to sleep feeling better?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You wake up and you be like, all right, thank you, man. I feel a little bit better, you know?
Yeah, learn a little something.
Exactly.
Yeah. The hard way, but learn something.
Exactly. So it was good for me to sort of just have that experience to be able to let it out, because after I found out that I felt better after I let it out, I just started channeling it.
We've seen two good cries, the Eazy-E cry.
Yeah.
What did you think about in that moment? Did you think about really catching AIDS and how you would react to it?
You know, actually, I did like reverse psychology on my own brain, because, like, Eazy gave, like, he had 7 baby mamas, 9 kids. He gave each of them 20 bands a month. Each kid, which is a lot of bread for back then. You know what I mean? So
a lot of bread for now.
Exactly.
Channel Tyrese.
What do you want from me? No, don't do that. Don't get me involved. So just by looking at things like that, I was like, you know, he was playing with a lot of money.
Yeah.
So for somebody to come to you and tell you, like, bro, it's over. Like, after you done fixed everything, like, you about to die.
Damn.
Of a sickness. Like, it's like, wait, what? You know, so I went and got the nicest spot that I could find in Beverly Hills and just stayed there for like a month and just was thinking, like, yeah, this my crib. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I was playing it for myself. So every day when I went home, as we were shooting, I was like, man, I'm about to lose all of this. This is about to be gone. My life, everything is just gone. So it was something I could play off real smooth.
And what about the Shy? Because you cried in that church scene, and that almost got me. That was the second time you almost got me.
You know what's crazy?
And I always cry during. You know, I was crying. And I'm not ashamed to say I was crying.
Yeah, I'm a cry. I cry.
I've seen her cry.
She seen me cry on a plane watching movies. Why are you crying? I'm like, oh.
It was Creed.
Now, for me, I think it was one of them things where, like, as soon as you walk into the church, you like, oh man, like, you know, because Jakeem, he was somebody who I really got to know and love. You know what I mean? We done spent a few months together. Like, his mama be cooking for us while we on the road, and then you land in the casket. Yeah, and I'm like, ooh, it was just, you know, hard for me to process. And they had a few funerals I skipped just over time. You know what I mean? Shout out to my dude BTY Youngin. Last year he was killed. And baby was about to sign him. Yeah, he had just got, you know, the whole thing working out for him, and then he got killed right now with Hood. You know what I mean? So it's just a lot of things that I feel like I didn't really let out, you know what I mean, and process right. So that definitely came from a real place. It was hard to turn it off that day.
We don't know what's about to happen yet because I've only seen the first 2 episodes, but if it were up to you, would your character get revenge for your brother getting killed, or? Probably not,
because, I mean, I've been in situations like that, and I've seen mothers lose 2 sons. You know what I mean? Either both dead or one dead, one in jail. You know what I mean? Like, you don't win when you fight back like that, because you still gotta.
Let's go back for people who don't know. Explain. I know Shy is about Chicago. What is Shy about? What does it deal with? Because
the Shy is the circle of life in Chicago. You know, like, so many times they dehumanize the fact that these families are losing sons, they're losing daughters, you know what I mean? They're being stripped. And, like, for example, when I first got to Chicago, I saw a sign, like an interactive billboard that said 46 people were shot this weekend. And I'm like, why is this not the talk of Chicago? You know what I mean? Like, why are people not actively trying to get out there and help? But it's because it's a misunderstanding, and it's like an ignorance, you know what I mean? So this TV show is allowing you to see that the people behind this violence aren't always just wild gangs. You know what I mean?
Reason behind it.
Exactly.
Social condition.
Right. Yeah. It's families. You know what I mean? It's a lot of caring people behind this. And it's also an ecosystem and a domino effect around a murder. You know what I mean? So it's a TV show that shows how this one bullet just changes a bunch of lives.
Wow. Now, Chicago's a very critical place, and they don't like their city portrayed in your kind of way. So who did you reach out to from there to make sure, like, you was doing it right?
Well, Common's a producer on it, right?
Yeah. Common is definitely a producer on it. Lena, they definitely thorough. But me, the way I operate and the way I think about things, I did the same thing when I did Straight Outta Compton. Like, I went to the hood, you know, and I walked around, I met people, I talked to people, just so they know that, because, I mean, you can Google the fact that I'm not from Chicago, you know what I mean? So if they never see me in the streets of Chicago, if I don't do that right, they could be like, of course he's not gonna do it right because he's never been back here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at least if I mess it up, if I go back there and I'm like, look, I'm trying to do my best, and they know it. Like I spent my Easter back there with a random family. You know what I mean? Like I really.
That could be dangerous though, right?
I mean, it could be, you know, but you if you give respect, you'll get it.
Did they know you was an actor? Did they recognize you from Straight Outta Compton and all that? Like,
Yeah, they busting out the house. Easy! Be like, but say,
so what was they telling you? Like, don't this up. This Chicago.
Well, I mean, they had a few Chicago projects that missed the mark.
Yeah, the one that Spike Lee did. That was a terrible movie. Love Spike Lee, but that was a terrible movie. You said Wayne grew up around the corner from you. Did y'all have a relationship?
Not in the hood, but my cousin actually used to make beats for him. He did like a couple of beats on the First Carter and stuff like that. So it was one of the few things that kind of like helped me dream big.
Did he get paid?
But I was still thinking rap.
Did he get paid for those beats?
Yeah. Yeah, he did. He definitely did.
Why not rap though? Because I mean, rap at the time seemed like such an easy way out of the hood for a kid from New Orleans with no limit, with cash money.
Right. Well, I mean, because the thing is, rap is, it's not just music no more. You know what I mean? Especially if you're from the street. If you talk it, you gotta live it, and all that come with consequence. You know what I mean? And I'm just trying to turn my back on that whole way of living and just represent something different. Like right now in New Orleans, I don't carry no gun, and I come in peace, and everybody is always happy to see me. I get no hate. If you not rolling with it, you a hater, and you got to take your hater charge. You see what I'm saying? So not too many people in New Orleans won't do that, so they rock it.
But don't you think eventually the hood can swallow you up?
Definitely.
Especially if the more successful you get, like, oh, what you mean? I saw him on the Breast Club, so he turning his back on us. What you doing here, man?
Yeah, this is true. This is true. But I mean, I still go back and I show love. You know what I mean? I be out there kissing babies.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know, you gotta show love.
I think it's the worst when you.
No.
What'd you say?
No, I be kissing babies, not babies.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting old, man.
Me and Stella don't have that kind of.
I love him.
I mean, you know.
Now, I saw Mudbound, and I hate watching stuff like that because it makes me hate white people.
Okay.
I'm be honest with you.
Okay.
It totally makes I hate white people have to watch stuff like that.
Right.
How do you detox from stuff like that?
Man.
Well, tell them about Mudbound for people who haven't seen Mudbound.
It's a slave movie, but
slave movie.
No,
it's not slave.
Mary J. Blige had on ASOS glasses, which I don't understand. But we'll bypass it.
Tell us about Mudbound. What is Mudbound?
I don't want to give it all away. But
No, Mudbound is a
It's not a slave movie, is it?
No, it's a story of two families in the sharecropping Jim Crow kind of era that's rarely talked about. You know what I mean? Like people forget, and they just jump straight from slavery to like civil rights. You know what I mean? And they forget about this time that we had that kind of builds this undercurrent of hate. You know what I mean?
That's
for
so crazy.
Blacks and whites. So it's based on that.
It was the Jim Crow era, but in my mind, I'm thinking slave because every time the white man said jump, they said how high.
Exactly. But like I watched my grandfather go through this. You know what I mean? So like that was his story. You know, he went to war. He went to the Korean War, came home, still treated bad. You know, but he turned the other cheek and ended up a business owner. You know what I mean? And ultimately now I get to tell his story on the big screen and be the voice that he always wanted to be at the same time. Because my character don't keep his mouth shut. So.
Well, yes, he did. At the end of the movie, they made him keep his mouth shut. But how do you get that out of you though? After you playing a role like that?
You know what it is? That's also a relief for me too, because I get to do my part non-violent. You get what I'm saying? Because you watch you watch things like Roots, and then you go outside and you like, man, I just want to hit. You know, you just got to go straight home. That's the truth. You know what I'm saying? For real. Go home or don't leave for a week. That's the only options you really have. You know, but to me this film was special because it was like it ends with love, and it talks about a lot of good things like on the surface. You know what I mean? So like when people leave, they're not ultimately mad at each other. They want to talk about it. Like, wow, black people were really treated like this, and you know they want to talk about this now. And the dialogue getting started is all a product of what I've done. You know what I mean? So I'm super happy about it because all the white people who were in the movie, you know how they must have could see it in my eyes. Because as soon as I was about to have a moment. They just jump in and hug me and be like, man, we love you for this. You're doing something major. You're doing something great for the culture. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. You know, so it was a really, really good support system that I had, man. Everybody showed mad love. D. Reeves was a great director, the most sure black woman I ever met in my life.
And she booked you just because of Straight Outta Compton. She wanted you for that role.
Yeah, it was a trip. That was the first thing I had ever been offered in my whole life. You know, I'm just sitting on the other side of the phone, like listening to her whole spiel, like, yeah, as soon as you're done, I'm gonna say yes. You know, because I was so ready to just, you know, be able to show a different layer of myself, and to be able to show that. To me, that's dope. Like, we actually shot in places that I took field trips to as a child.
Wow.
That's lit.
Now, what happened with Delta, with the Delta Airlines situation?
Yeah, when you threatened to smack the shit out of a Delta employee when all the Holly Grove came out of you.
You know, it's it was a situation that hasn't quite been sealed up yet, so I'm not letting nobody off the hook. But I do feel like
that means he wants 1 million points, a million fly miles,
or a jet, whatever. No, but it was a situation where I just felt like I had to stand up for myself.
So they double booked the seat or something? Overbooked it?
Yeah, amongst other things, you know. But it's something that I don't want to touch on too much, you know, because it's a situation that needs a seal and it don't have that seal yet. You know what I mean? So I'm.
Do you still fly Delta?
What happens?
No, not at all.
Who you fly with now?
United.
Damn.
Which is hilarious. Which is
Isn't that the one Shamika got kicked off of? Which one was we boycotting?
Oh, that was American.
American. All right.
But that United's where they dragged that guy off the plane, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So it's hilarious. I mean, it wasn't. It wasn't.
That video was hilarious.
No, I'm just saying it's hilarious that I fly United now.
Took a bus everywhere.
No, but it wasn't the most proud day of my life. You know, I wasn't super happy with my comeback, but I definitely felt like I had to stand up for myself.
If they
my mom was proud, so
yeah, if that. If they disrespect you, disrespect them back.
You know?
Now, Rolling Stone called you this generation's next leading man.
Well, where are you reading this from?
Rolling Stone.
I ain't making that shit up. Seriously? What?
Is that too much pressure?
You know, it's really not, man. It's an honor, bro. It's an honor, seriously. You know, because you sit back and you watch movies at home and you try to convince yourself all of these different things. You know what I mean? Like who you are inside yourself and all that. And when you finally get to start showing yourself to the world, when they respond in an even bigger way than you thought they would, I can't ask for nothing more. Like, if I could have wrote my story, it would not be this good. It probably would have worked its way up to something like a Straight Outta Compton or a Mudbound. You know what I mean? But, like, God just got his hands on me, and I just keep excelling. You know what I mean? I'm getting good stuff. Like, me and Lena, we literally held hands and was like, we're going to speak this into existence 2 years ago. Really? And now I'm the lead of her TV show. Like, that's crazy.
So she came to you about the idea for the Shy a couple years ago?
No. We just happened to see each other, like, in passing. And I was like, yo, because her clothes game is always crazy. Her shoe game always crazy. So I'm like, man, let me take a picture with you. And she was like, yo, I'm a big fan. And we gonna work together one day. And I was like, well, let's speak it into existence, you know, because I operate off the spirit. You know
love that kind of shit. I love it.
So we did. We held hands right there. Was like, we gonna speak this into existence. You know what I mean? And
I know you
not even 2 years later.
Tons of scripts coming in now.
Yeah, man. It's
you know what you want to do, like what kind of role you're looking for next.
Or what won't you do?
Ooh.
Yeah, is there any role that you wouldn't play?
You know, I don't think so. I don't think so. I really, because I be liking to challenge myself. I want something crazy like Floyd Mayweather or like somebody with one leg or something. You know what I mean?
Man, you do a gay kiss and see, Brokeback Mountain, something like that.
Don't follow this up. Don't do this. I don't know why he likes to do this.
Right, and you know what? I really don't discriminate against no role.
So you do any scene, no?
You know, yeah. Yeah, I think I would.
Why would you want to play Floyd Mayweather though?
Because it's just like naturally he challenges himself more than the average person. Like I had the pleasure of meeting him, and then right after I met him, he went running. But I'm like, dude, it's about to be 1 o'clock in the morning.
He does that.
You know what I mean?
He just goes running on the highway at like 4 in the
But
morning.
to play Floyd, you would have to learn how to not read lines. Not be able to. So
Don't follow his work.
Floyd, don't hit him.
No, Floyd, please hit me if you ever feel like it. Please. Please.
I need that back, bro. No, but yeah, it's just, to me, it's like when you deal with somebody who has a different type of work ethic and their brain operates on a different wave than yours, that's the fire. You know what I mean? That's
got a
when you. Yeah. I love that too. I love that. I love the whole process of it. You know what I mean? Because when you get tired in boxing, you get hurt. It's not like one of them sports where you can put your hands on your hip.
Right.
And you know what I mean? So I respect boxers. And
Absolutely.
to have that, you know, to have somebody have the confidence in me to be able to pull that off, like that would be super dope. I would love that.
When it comes to the TV and film world, there used to be a time where actors in films used to look down on TV. But it seems like now everybody's doing a little bit of both.
Right, because pirating became a real situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They will bootleg your movie ASAP, you know? So,
And there's all these outlets too, like Netflix, Hulu, Amazon.
Exactly.
There's just so much opportunity there. And all those problems within Hollywood too. And it's kind of like you have to create your own opportunities because obviously in Hollywood there's a whole system that's not really in place for us.
Right, exactly. And I think it's becoming a thing, like, you know, like Straight Outta Compton was the start to this sort of snowball effect, you know what I mean? That are changing things in film.
And Empire, Empire to me was it for TV.
Exactly. You know, so it becomes a thing where I think as a young black man, I'm not looking for nobody else help. You know what I mean? Like when I look at Lena, I'm like, you starting a cultural motion. You know what I mean? Like you passing the torch on some whole different ish. Like you going up. You know what I mean? Like you don't need nobody to help you write nothing. You don't need nobody to help you learn nothing. We fought for rights. You know what I mean? We fought for equal opportunity and all that. And true enough, it might not be set up for us to win, but I mean, we got a lot of talent. We got a lot of talent. You know what I mean? So excuses ain't
Is there a
the
Floyd
way.
script happening?
You know, I don't know yet. I keep talking to Floyd, and he be like, "Man, why you trying to make me dead already?" You know what I mean? Like, so I might gotta wait a couple years, you know. But they do have a couple things that I'm writing, a couple things in the mix. We're trying to get a Larry Davis project off the ground, which would be near and dear to New York. You know, a couple of different things, man. I'm working.
Why wouldn't you do a VH1 movie? Because you said when they told you about Straight Outta Compton, you was like, "What is this, VH1?"
Well, it's not that I wouldn't do a VH1 movie. It's just that I feel like a movie like that, you gotta come correct. You know what I mean? The budget gotta be correct. Like these dudes made history on a whole different level. He went all the way to the White House. You know what I mean? Like you really have to do this movie right. So, you know.
What do you think of the Pac movie? Did you see it?
I have not. I'm so sorry, Benny. Don't judge me. I was busy. Don't. I'm sorry. No, but Benny's a good friend of mine. You know what I mean? Demetrius, he did his thing. You know, and I've yet to see the movie.
We appreciate you for joining us.
Man,
thank you for having me.
Jason gonna be around. I think Jason gonna be like one of those Denzel guys, like somebody we'll see at the Oscars in a few years. Like, damn, look at Jason Wayne.
I hope so, man. And you love him. We just remember that. You love him.
He's dope, man. I like people that create great content. Like he's dope at what he does. Like you watch him on screen, you can tell he's special.
Listen, I almost passed out when you tweeted. I was like, all right. And then he was like, hit my business manager, follow him, let's set it up.
Straight up.
I appreciate it. That was very real.
Man, thank you.
I know it was a busy time for you with the Shy just starting on Showtime and everything. So.
Thank you. Well, this was big for me. You know, this was like. This is next level in my life.
Hey man, if you get some new off it, just text me and let me know.
Oh, I definitely will.
No doubt.
Yeah, I got you.
My man.
I got you.
My brother.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
All right.
Everybody, it's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club.
Hey, salute to my guy Jason Mitchell for pulling up, man.
Yeah, shout out to Jason Mitchell.
Great guy. He's gonna be he's a special one. I think I don't want to put too much pressure on him.
You love him.
But listen, I just think he's got a lot of range, you know what I'm saying? That Denzel Washington, Tom Hanks type of range, but I don't want to put too much pressure on the young man.
Well, I love his whole story of how he got started and everything, and The Shy is an excellent show, so if you haven't seen it yet, make sure you watch that first episode. Came on Sunday, and it's on Showtime on Sunday.
Amazing.
All right, well, let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Kerry Hilson.
Well, Kerry Hilson had a difficult sit-down with Steve Harvey's psychic medium Reginald Lewis. Now he tapped into her late grandmother to talk about her making the right decisions as far as leaving certain people behind. Now Kerry Hilson also revealed a lot about what's been going on in her life personally. Here's what happened.
I hit rock bottom a few times.
You had to.
Yeah, and I'm crawling back to walking in my purpose. I think I had to give up music for a while. I stepped away. I thought it would just be a year. It's been 6 maybe. I realize now that I'm grateful for all of those years because I have built myself back up.
I'm gonna tell you something, Carrie. You didn't give up music. Music gave up you. When you made those little shots at Beyonce, and Beehive pointed at you with the steely finger from A Color Purple, and if it ain't no good gonna come to you until you do right by Beyonce.
You think she should have tried to keep going?
She should have apologized to Beyonce.
Yes.
Okay? That's what she should have done.
She looked
all right?
crazy.
Please, but I'm gonna be honest with
Pretty
you.
Girl Rock used to be a song. I remember when we first started the Breakfast Club.
My name is.
And we used to be in the club.
Yes, that was.
And
You
Pretty
used
Girl
to do
Rock
your little
came on.
sassy dance.
You used to
You
do
got
the
the
Pretty
song,
Girl
play the
Rock.
song. Watch, he gonna do it. As soon as the
Don't
song
lie,
come on, he got
Charlamagne.
that little sassy. My name is. He used to do that little
You used
sassy
to be like, my
shoulder
name
shake.
is Charlotte.
Yep.
You don't
Yep.
remember
Where did these stories come from?
Yo, that is.
Charlamagne, don't lie, that wasn't your song?
Did I used to drink that much that I don't remember none of these things?
We didn't used to drink a lot, but you used to
It
get
was-
busy.
I ain't gonna lie,
Rock.
when that beat used to drop.
See, there you go right there. There you go right there. There you go, see?
But it's time, Beehive. Undig the, I know it's a chicken bone in Houston buried with Carrie's name on it. Undig the bone, man. Dig up the bone. Let Carrie be. Jesus Christ.
All right, now Russell Simmons has 2 more rape allegations now. 2 women have gone to the police and they have filed criminal complaints. Now, one is saying that Russell Simmons raped her in 1983, and the other one is saying 1991. One woman is Sherry Hines, and she was on Megyn Kelly's show in December. She said that Russell Simmons raped her at his office in 1983. And the other woman is anonymous, but she says that Russell Simmons raped her at his home in Manhattan after they went on a date. She said she was 32, and he tried to take off her dress while sitting on a couch, and then pushed her down and forcibly raped her when she rejected him.
That is all allegedly.
These are all alleged. These are the women who are coming forward and making allegations against him.
But I mean, now there's a criminal complaint. I guess he could take it to court, maybe? I don't know.
Well, the NYPD is already investigating him
yeah.
for 7 claims of sexual misconduct. So he took a polygraph test and passed, and that was for 1 claim against him, at least one of the allegations against him. Now, Michael Douglas is trying to get ahead of the gun, and he is saying that there's a woman who is about to come out and tell her story that he masturbated in front of her 32 years ago, and he spoke wrongfully or dirtily with friends of mine. Now, he says, I will fess up to colorful language, but the issue of masturbating in front of her, that is something I've only heard about the last year. It's not an expression that related to the 80s, so I thought it stunk. He said it's a complete lie, fabrication, no truth to it whatsoever. It's extremely painful. I pride myself on my reputation in this business, not to mention the long history of my father and everything else. I don't have skeletons in my closet or anyone else who's coming out or saying this.
Look, Your Honor, that's my crack, but that ain't my gun. That's what he said. That's my crack, but that ain't my gun. I don't know whose gun is it, but it ain't mine. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, he's saying he might have used some harsh language, but he never masturbated in front of anyone. All right, well, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your rumor report.
All right, thank you, Miss Yee. Charlamagne.
Oh, man. Yes.
Who we giving that down to?
Listen, man, 4 after the hour, we have another great case of good old racism in America. That's a hot button topic that I love to talk about. And if you were appalled by the H&M situation, oh, man, I got a doozy for you 4 after the hour, buddy.
All right, we'll get into that when we come back. Keep it locked. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Hey. Donkey today for Wednesday, January 10th goes to Coach Walt Gill and the Kings Gill Varsity Boys Rec basketball team in Cincinnati. Salute to everyone who listens to us on 102.3 The Beat in Cincinnati. Drop on the clues bomb for them. Let me tell you something, man. If you were appalled by the H&M ad where they had the young god, that young black king wearing a hoodie that said, coolest monkey in the jungle, then this story is really going to grind your gears. All right, now the Kings Guild Varsity Boys basketball team pulled up for their game on Sunday afternoon wearing jerseys that said, Wet Dream Team on the front. Now, Wet Dreams, that's a sexual reference. Your Uncle Charlotte has had quite a few of those in my day. I actually think wet dreams are ghosts having sex with you when you sleep. Oh, yes, Bobby Brown is not the only brother out here who has spooned a spirit or two. I've definitely done that. A wet dream to me is nothing but poltergeist poom poom, but that's neither here nor there. It's not appropriate for kids in high school to name their basketball team that. Maybe they were going for a Splash Brothers kind of vibe, but nah. Right? Hey, Kings Guild Varsity Boys, y'all didn't think that one through. Imagine coming back from a long away game and all of y'all sleep on the team bus and somebody takes a pic of y'all bunched up together in those bus seats all close, eyes closed, snoring, and someone takes a pic and posts it with the caption, Wet Dream Team. Gay! Okay? But that's not the reason they're getting donkey today. See, some of these young Caucasian men didn't have inappropriate things just on the back of their jersey. They had inappropriate things on the front of their, well, not just on the front of their jersey, they had it on the back of their jersey as well. Let's go to the news for the report, please.
The name of the team is a sexual reference that we won't be repeating here on WLWT. A sexual innuendo was printed across the front of their shirts, as parents of the opposing team saw for themselves yesterday.
It's more of a joke to them than anything else.
Printed on the back of the shirts, instead of player names, was something that stirred even more anger at West Claremont yesterday. Words that some considered racist.
It's not so much about even if we had black students, like, or African American students, or any minorities. Like, our kids were offended. Like,
Tony Rue immediately brought West Claremont's concerns to the league rep's attention.
I think he called people above him, and about midway through the second quarter, he came and got the ref's attention and told him the game was over. It was called that we weren't going to be a part of it.
Game over and season over for the Kings team. Cincinnati Premier Youth Basketball League said in a written statement today, the actions and conduct of the team did not comply with our stated mission and expected standards, and that team has therefore been 4 games into the season, which leaves opponents scratching their heads. Now, the coach, Walt Gill, initially told me on the phone that this whole thing was getting blown out of proportion, but later this afternoon he released the following statement saying, "We sincerely apologize to anyone that was offended by the jerseys. We offered to cover them up or change, however the league saw fit to remove us, and we have accepted that decision." But the Kings School District did say it condemns any type of hateful or racist commentary.
All right, let me tell you what the Kings Guild Varsity Boys Rec basketball team had on the back of their jerseys. They thought it would be a good idea to have Negro on the back of their jersey.
I just caught that one too.
You didn't know what that was? They spelled it K-N-E-E-G-R-O-W.
I said Negro.
And another white guy had Coon on the back of his jersey. This is what bothers me about this entire situation. Sharice Middleton is the Kings Division Coordinator, and she released a statement saying Kings Rec basketball for grades 7-12 does not in any way support or condone the uniform infractions that occurred. We strictly follow and support the rules set out by Cincinnati Premier Youth Basketball League and fully support their decision to remove the team from play as well. F that. This is more than a uniform infraction. This is racism. What do you mean uniform infraction? Not tucking in your jersey is a uniform infraction. Having a logo on your jersey you're not supposed to have is a uniform infraction. This is racism in its purest form. Then the coach of the team puts out that apology. We sincerely apologize to anyone that was offended by the jerseys. We offered to cover them up or change, however the league saw fit to remove us, and we have accepted that decision. Dear Coach Walt Gill, shut the F up forever. All right, they ain't covering up or changing, babe. You mean to tell me when your kids came to you with this idea, you didn't tell them hell no? You mean to tell me that you didn't think a group of young white kids going out there with Negro on the back of their jersey and Coon on the back of their jersey, you thought that wasn't going to offend someone? See, Queen Michelle Obama said when they go low, we go high, but Charlemagne the God says when they go low, take it to the floor with them. And this is exactly why I will never stop calling white devils, okay? All white people aren't the devil, but the ones in these jerseys are young white devils too. See, when they display racism like this at a young age, I call them crack-ass crackers in training. All right, this is bigotry under construction, ladies and gentlemen, but this can be reversed. Oh, they can absolutely unlearn whatever they are being taught at home. All it takes is one away game in a predominantly black district in Cincinnati. I guarantee that Jamal and them who play for the undefeated Cincinnati Cracker Crushers have not played the Wet Dream Team, okay? I want to start a league in Cincinnati right now. Red, black, and green are the colors. Name of the team is the Triple C Cincinnati Cracker Crushers, and we're not even going to go low and have racial slurs on the back of our jerseys. We're going to have names like Muhammad, Zulu, X, Tubman, Obama, Farrakhan, okay? All the names that strike fear in you racist bigots. And the white dream team better have that same energy and come in there with racial slurs on the back of their jerseys to play my guys. Oh, my bad, to play my gods. Listen, man, it's a great book out there that was required reading when I was a lad. It was called To Kill a Mockingbird. Anybody ever read it?
Of course.
All right, written by Harper Lee, and Harper Lee once said, as you grow older, you'll see white men cheat black men every day of your life. But let me tell you something, and don't you forget it. Whenever a white man does that to a black man, no matter who he is, how rich he is, or how fine a family he comes from, that white man is trash. If you're a racist, prejudiced bigot, you are trash. Trash is actually an understatement. You may think the person you're being prejudiced against is the problem, but actually, you're the problem. So if you want to be part of the solution and not the problem, then it's simple. Be the change you want to be in. Be the change you want to see in the world, and don't be racist. Please give Coach Walt Gill and the Kings Gill Varsity Boys Rec team. Matter of fact, Remy Ma asked them a simple question.
Hee-haw, hee-haw, you stupid motherfucker, are you dumb?
It's simple. It's just simple.
All right.
But I'm serious about that, for real. 102-3 to beat in Cincinnati. Holla at me. I'm going to start my own team out there.
You gonna call it CCC, Triple C?
Triple C, baby. Cincinnati Cracker Crushers.
My goodness.
What's up? Let's get the league going, baby.
My goodness. All right. Well, thank you for that donkey of the day. All right. Now, when we come back, ask Yee. 800-585-1051. If you got a question for Yee, you need relationship advice or any type of advice, you can call Yee right now. The phone lines are wide open. Again, the number is 800-585-1051.
And I just got a great message from someone who did a Ask Yee before. She said, I followed your advice, focused on myself and kids, and met a wonderful guy who loves my kids just as much as I do. I'm so blessed. Just when I haven't given up and was okay with being alone, Mr. Right came along.
Nice.
Thank you for all your advice.
All right. Well, you can ask Yee next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. It's time for Ask Yee. 800-585-1051. If you got a question for Yee. Hello, who's this?
Hello, this is Ray Burgess.
Hey, Ray. What's your question for Yee?
This morning, I want to ask you, how do you slow someone down when you all are bonding on a good level and you want to continue to explore the friend zone, but they want to move faster forward?
So you want to just be friends with this person and take your time, but he wants to do what?
I'm a good kid, and he already knows that. But he wants to put a gas on it, and I just want to continue to explore the friend zone.
So is it that you want to just date other people and not be in a relationship yet? You're not sure about him, or I'm not sure what's happening.
So, guys, when they see something, they want something, they want to just go ahead and take it to the next level.
Right.
Let's talk about marriage. Let's talk about kids. We can explore those conversations, but
not yet.
Let's still get to know each other.
And what does he say when you tell him that?
It's more so like, I know what I want. I'm of age. I just don't have time to kind of play around. We're both good people.
Well, it's important for people to know that you both have to be on the same page. If the roles were reversed, and as a woman you were like, oh, well, let's do this, I'm ready to settle down, I want to do that, and that might scare somebody, right?
Right.
That might scare a man, and we're always taught, okay, you got to just relax, take your time. If your instincts are telling you, and everything in you is saying, I'm not ready to just full speed jump into this, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, and he should respect that. And that's how you know if somebody really is the one for you, if they're ready to go at that pace. Now, it would make me nervous if somebody was going too fast, too quickly.
Right.
And you should tell him, you should be like, look, I'm going to be honest with you, okay? I'm very protective of myself, and I want to be with somebody that understands that and somebody that is willing to take the time that I want to take to get to know me, to build this foundation together. I don't want to jump into anything and rush into it. And you should respect that. If you really care about me and want to be with me, then you'll be willing to take that time also. Somebody will wait and will be patient and prove himself to you as needed.
Patient. That's right. Thank you so much, E. I want to let you both know, DJ Envy, E, Charlamagne, you all are doing amazing things, putting amazing things out into the universe. I watch you all every morning, and I appreciate you. Great virgin.
Thank you.
All right, she's a great catch too, guys.
All right, ask Yee. 800-585-1051. If you got a question for Yee, you could call up and ask right now, or you can always email Yee. Yee, what's your email, please?
It is helpmeyee@gmail.com.
All right, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. It's DJ NV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're in the middle of Ask Yee. Hello, who's this?
Hey, how's it going? My name is John.
Hey, John. What's your question for Yee, bro?
Yeah, man. I'm a recent dad. I got a little girl now. She's maybe about 5 weeks, and my girl's going through trust issues with me. Like ever since the baby kind of came out, it's kind of been, sideways looks. It's not the same relationship that we started before the baby was conceived.
You know what I mean? Suffering from some type of postpartum depression. Have you ever thought about that? As a lot of women do and don't even realize it.
You know, I did think about that. She did go get a prescription. You know, they got her on one of them pills that are being passed out, but
that might be changing her mood also.
Would there be something to do to help her feel like she could trust me? Is there anything that I could do to fix that?
You know what? You can't force someone to trust you, and it sounds like she's really going through some things that none of us could possibly comprehend, you know, having just had a baby. I would say that I'm always really leery about pills being taken and everything, so it might be that she had, like, what kind of pills is she on and why is she on them?
Well, they did prescribe, I think it was one of the ones with disease, Zoloft or Zoloft, I think it was, but...
Because that can alter your mood greatly also.
Yeah, and I mean, she got them for the postpartum depression, you know, that was the reason behind it, but...
You know, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not at all an expert on postpartum depression, but I do know people that have gone through it and how difficult it is to pull yourself out of it. And she has identified that she is going through something that she probably feels like she can't control. And I think it's commendable that you want to be there and help her with it, but the issue is probably not you as much as it is her, and you just making sure that you're there for her and supporting her through this time. I would definitely say make sure you keep that communication open, and I would highly recommend you get a therapist or somebody that can talk to her so she can identify what's going on with her and why these things are happening, and have someone to talk to, because I know one of the main issues with women suffering from postpartum depression is feeling like they don't have anyone to talk to and they can't express how it feels and they don't know why they feel that way. It might be something she doesn't even know why.
I get that. Well, look, I appreciate it. Thank you for answering.
Okay, no problem. I wish I could do more, but I can't give like extra, you know, but I do know that it's a really common issue, and I do know that you have to make sure that she has someone to talk to and that she can talk to you about it. And I do know that it's not her fault that she's feeling these feelings, and she probably has no idea how to handle it.
Well, I do appreciate it. You know, it's really the love that I got for her that makes me want to even call and talk. You know, I listen to the show all the time. You know, like right now I'm in the middle of traffic driving to work, and I just that's been my new thing on my head lately. You know,
I love that you care. I love that you care that much. You should always tell her how much you care, but get her some expert advice so that somebody that knows and has dealt with this before and dealt with women who are suffering from this can actually step in and let her know what steps she needs to take in order to get back to herself, because I'm sure she wants to also.
Thank you so much, Mom.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's crazy that women will never fully trust men until we get detachable penises that we can leave at home with them when we're away.
Do you blame them?
No.
All right, there you go. All right, well, ask Yee, 800-585-1051. We got rumors on the way, Yee?
Yes, imagine as a woman you were working and you made less than $1,000, and someone who was working alongside you as your co-star made $1.5 million for the same exact work.
Get a new
We'll tell you who that happened to.
Get a new manager.
We'll get into that when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Question, guys. Why? You know I have regular bowel movements.
Correct.
So I'm trying to figure out how come when I go to, use the bathroom at work, my leg never falls asleep the way it does at home.
Because at home you're more comfortable and you're relaxed, but when you're at work you try to get it out faster.
But I be on there the same amount of time. After 4 or 5 minutes at home, my leg goes to sleep. Oh, the toilets are high. Ooh, you're right, Steve.
Oh, is it?
Steve, our cameraman just said the toilets are higher. That's exactly what it is. Because I always go in the handicap stall. The toilets are higher.
I've never had my legs fall asleep on the toilet.
Why do you go in the...
I don't understand, so why do your legs fall asleep?
Mine fall asleep too.
That's never happened to me ever.
Blood circulation. The circulation in your leg stops. Yes. So that's why it goes.
Do you lean on your legs or something?
Nah. But I know when I get up at home, boy, I just got to sit there. And nothing looks stupider than standing there butt naked.
Does that only happen to men,
shriveled up penis.
Huh?
Does that only happen to men?
Wake up.
It only happened to me when I started getting a little older. Because when I was younger, this never happened. The last 5 years, last 2-3 years, I mean.
And I be thinking stuff like, man, please don't let the house catch on fire right now. Somebody break in. I can't do nothing until the circulation start back in my leg.
And my wife knows what happens. So when I'm in, she starts pushing me when you can't move. When you.
All right, let's do the rumors.
All right, sorry. All right, let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Oprah. Well,
Gayle King clarified some remarks on CBS this morning on a show. Now, she was talking about Oprah potentially running for president in 2020, and here's what she had to say.
I do think this, though, guys. I do think she's intrigued by the idea. I do think that. I also know that after years of watching the Oprah show, you always have the right to change your mind. I don't think at this point she is actually considering it. But listen, there are people who said they want to be her campaign manager, who want to quit their jobs and campaign for her. She loves this country and would like to be of service in some way. But I don't think that she is actively considering it.
For the record, that is a
I don't think she's actively
change.
considering it this time.
This is not helping the Democratic Party in no way, shape, or form either. If y'all thought the Democratic Party was in shambles before, if the fact that, Oprah Winfrey, one of the biggest, most powerful women on the planet, is like the #1 contender to be the Democratic nominee, that's not a good thing.
All right,
They
now,
confuse me more than
Gayle also clarified what Stedman said when he said that she would absolutely do it. Here's what she meant.
What Stedman says that he thought the reporter said to him, would she make a good president? And he said, absolutely she would. That's how he interpreted the question. Because this is the thing. Stedman would never so cavalierly say, absolutely she would do it.
I don't like hearing Gayle King explain nothing. Miss Queen King, you don't got to explain yourself to nobody.
Well, she's on the news every morning, and this is a
she's
big
Oprah's
story.
best
So
friend,
why wouldn't she?
All she got to do is say that family business. When Oprah's ready to talk, she'll tell y'all.
No, I like how she explained
Pressing
it.
me.
She explained it.
All right, now, Jamil Wilson, who plays in the NBA, he's supposed to sign a contract with the Lakers today, is being sued by a woman who says that he gave her herpes and didn't warn her that he had the disease. The woman says she started dating and having unprotected sex with him back in November of 2016, and then the next year she found out that she had herpes simplex type 2, and she's saying that it's his fault and that he knew he had herpes when they started having sex and did not disclose that information. She's suing for sexual battery and fraud, and she also is suing for emotional distress.
I hate when y'all tell me something about a person before I actually get to see them, because now as soon as I look at him, as soon as I turned around and looked at his picture, I'm like, yeah, he look like he got herpes.
Why does he look like he got herpes?
I don't know.
Nothing about
I know that. I don't even know what people with herpes look like. But just the fact she told me that, I'm like, yeah, he looked like he got herpes.
Definitely a couple people in this room have it, statistically, so look around.
1, 2,
Who looks
3.
like
It's 1 and 3, right?
Yeah, 1 and 3.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
All right, well, you count like you have herpes. All right, Michelle Williams, she was paid less than $1,000 for some reshoots.
Why they always doing Michelle like that, man? Stop with the Michelle jokes, man.
For the movie All the Money in the World.
She was in a movie?
Oh, my.
Remember they had to reshoot because of everything that happened with Kevin Spacey? So they had to do reshoots for the movie to get him out of the movie?
Michelle?
What Michelle Williams? Oh, we're talking about the actress.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Michelle from Destiny's Child.
No.
I ain't gonna lie, I thought you were too. I thought you were too. That's what we saw.
Oh my God.
Sorry,
you definitely know
Tanitra.
Michelle.
Apologies, Michelle.
Why are they always doing Michelle like this?
I was thinking the same thing. I said, damn it, man. Do it.
Now, Mark Wahlberg did the same reshoots on that movie also because they had to reshoot their scenes. And he got $1.5 million for the additional work while she got $80 a day per diem.
There's no way. I don't believe that.
Yeah, her agent got to do a better job.
No, I don't even believe
They're
that.
both repped at William Morris Entertainment.
Oh, that's foul.
Yeah.
That makes true. That's incomprehensible. Did I say that word right?
Yeah,
No.
you did.
That makes no sense whatsoever. She got paid less than $1,000 to do reshoot, but Mark Wahlberg got $1.5 million.
I have no idea how this. Now, at the time, Michelle Williams had said I'd be wherever they needed me, whenever they needed me, and she said she told them they could have my salary, they could have my holiday, whatever they wanted, because I appreciated so much that they were making this massive effort. After the producer and director Ridley Scott said that he would be.
That's the reason why. Mark Wahlberg said I ain't going in unless I get 1.5.
Well, I don't care. I gotta start. I'm really definitely gonna start wearing all black now because time need to be up on that type of stuff right there.
That's crazy.
That's where the Me Too movement need to be.
All right,
Mark Wahlberg got 1.5 million. Michelle's like, me too. Not in this case. Like, Jesus Christ.
Well, I'm Angela Yee, and that's your Rumor Report.
All right, shout out to Revolt. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Everybody else, the People's Choice Mix is up next. Let me know.